This is the Kate Daly Show.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to the Kate Daly Show. I've got Uncle Milty here. Always fun with Uncle Milty. And of course, we'll take your calls too. 888-673-1450. I think this show really has to be a tool for learning and a tool for educating, don't you? And,
yes.
And I think that this is really important because we're fighting for our country over here. And then you have people over in this other group going, what? It's good vibes. It's all good vibes. And you think, how could this be so disconnected? Because we don't know our history.
Right.
There's many people, right, that don't know our history. And so really kind of talking about the gist of government. Where did we come up with all these principles? Why did we do a representation government? Why did we do a republic? Ask your youth that. If you're around any youth, ask them, why did we do this? Why was this so different? So the first thing they did and you can go to the Deuteronomy, you can go to all kinds of numbers, all kinds of books, but mostly Deuteronomy. But they took a census, and the census was, as Moses said, it was told to him, this is what you should do, okay, by God. So you take a census of the people, and that was designed to really understand the military strength of Israel, to understand what they had. You know, how many young men, how many people did they have in that force of people? So it was basically a numbering system. What we've devolved it into is how many rooms in your house? How many, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, what do you get? Any guns? Got any guns? That was not what a census was supposed to be. So, and the second thing was to define what the basic unit of society was, and that was a family. And that comes right out of scripture.
Yep.
Was the fact that it was all about the basic unit of a mother and a father and family as described.
And, so much of what goes on today in our world, not just the United States, but in our world, are these proponents of ideologies that are in direct conflict with that.
Yeah. Sad but true. And look what we've done to the family.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first things that Moses was told to set out to do is you define this unit, and then everything now is going to be based around that unit and groups of that particular unit, which is the family. And it clearly talked about mother and father and a family unit.
Well, that's the one of the 10 Commandments. Honor your father and mother. And
it doesn't say honor they.
Honor your father and mother. And that's the head of the family there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it doesn't go into pronouns.
No.
Yeah. So then it was divide them into tens, 50s, hundreds, and thousands, and basically take the entire population, and you're going to put that into these small groups, okay? And then you have representation for each one of these small groups. That's how it's supposed to work. I know. It's a shock.
Representation.
I know. I'm shocked. Okay. And of course, you had rulers of 50s. You had rulers over 10. Okay. 10 people. And that was, they were called tithers.
I have to make a point right here.
Sure.
Because I say this a lot and people do not get it when I talk about it.
What's that?
The Constitution allows us to have one representative for every 30,000 people. The government created legislation to limit our representation to 435 criminals. We could have 10,000 representatives that actually represent us.
Yes.
And that goes right along with what you're talking about right now.
100%. Look how they violated that.
Yes.
They violated the system, right?
They told us we couldn't have representatives other than the 435 they were going to allow us.
And if the next thought there is, well, you can't get anything done. You don't want anything to get done.
Exactly.
You don't want them doing all of the stuff they've done to us. A million laws a year.
Unless all 10,000 representatives can agree on something, it doesn't happen.
I know.
Right now we have 435 criminals all agreeing they should steal from us.
They're sitting on each other's laps. They're all bipartisan. They're all trying to please each other. You wouldn't have that with 10,000.
No, you wouldn't.
And you're dead right on that. You are dead right on that. And you don't want things to get done. In fact, all the way down to local, all over the country, every year we have 1 million new laws and regulations that go into effect that take away your liberty. It doesn't add to it. They're not making you more free. And all you have to do is look around to know that, with eyeballs in front of your face to know that. So when I come back, I want to talk also about what the early settlers did with this system, because it's really intriguing. Be right back. Kate Daly Show, KateDalyRadio.com.
Center for the Arts at Cayenta celebrates Latin American heritage this September. Bring your family to discover and connect with the rich tapestry of Latin American culture